I would say they made all the right decisions. You know, first and foremost, you got to stop other people. You know what I mean?
Sure.
I don't care what sport you're playing. You better have an attention to detail on defense. And that's exactly what Jerry Reese attended to last year in the offseason.
And it took about a month for them to get
free
comfortable.
agency-wise, and then they draft Eli Apple, who they're looking for as a long-term solution. And you know what? I can't argue with what they did last year. I really can't. Now, this year, I do believe that they will go offensive line or tight end in these first couple of picks.
Well, because the Giants are picking now, looking for the final pieces of the puzzle to win a Super Bowl.
Right.
So they may not take the quote-unquote best player available. They're going to take the best player at the biggest need they have.
Depending if that guy is worthy of that high of a pick when they do pick. But I think that there will be 3 offensive tackles gone in the first round, maybe 4, and maybe they can get their hands on one of those guys. And I think Giant fans would be really happy with having a young offensive tackle. Now, you can't expect them to turn out to be the next great offensive tackle. You don't know. That this whole thing is a crapshoot for that matter. But I would think it's either there or it's going to be tight end. It has to be.
Yeah, I mean, on the offense, you can make the argument that offensively.
Now, if they sign
running back or tight end.
Well, one time out. But if they sign LeGarrette Blount, maybe it's a late round running back.
Also true, right.
Paul Perkins was a mid-round running back last year.
And he came on late.
I
don't know that Paul Perkins is at a place yet where they go, he's an 18
but don't you
touch
think,
a game guy.
I think he was drafted in the 5th round last year. Isn't that, I mean, I don't know what you're expecting. You know, to ask a running back, a young running back, maybe with the exception of Ezekiel Elliott, who basically had a great year from 1 to 16.
Right.
To ask a guy to go out there for 16 weeks and take that pounding, it's almost impossible.
It doesn't happen much anymore.
So they actually employed him at the right time. Late in the season, they got a lot out of him.
Right.
And he brought an energy to the team that was missing.
Yep. I still think, though, well, it's not. I don't know where the running backs go. Fournette will be gone, obviously. I'm not sure how much depth there is in running back in the draft, but I'd be shocked if they took one. I also think the Giants are taking a quarterback in the first round. I think they're going to take a player that they think will start for them or play for them significant amounts of time because the Giants view themselves, rightfully so, as a Super Bowl team.
I'm telling you right now, if they take a quarterback with that first, let's say they take
I'd be
Pat
shocked
Mahomes,
if they did.
I would be totally shocked.
Yep.
And if they did do that, then I think that's a real indictment on Eli.